Hi, you are welcome to the Real Pick YT YouTube channel. Today we are going to say about Enzo Ferrari. His full name is Enzo Anselmo Ferrari. He was born on February 18, 1898 in Modena, Italy, the second child of parents Edlagisa and Alfredo, a metal worker. Ferrari was bitten by the racing bug at age 10 when his dad took him to watch a motor car race in Bologna. Ferrari also dreamed for becoming an opera singer, but the death of his father and brother from the fire in 1916 forced him to grow up quickly, and he left school to become an instructor for Moderna's fire service workshop. Ferrari joined the Italian army in 1970 and shot molds for the 3rd Alpine Artillery Division, enduring his own serious battle with the before earning an honorable discharge. In 1919, Enzo Ferrari moved to Milan to work as a test driver for Construction Mechanic Nazionale, giving the chance to compete with the company's racing team. He made his debut at 1919 Parmo Poggio di Barricot hill climb racing, finishing 4th in his division. He left CMN the following year to join Alfa Romeo. After winning Circuito del Savio in 1923, Ferrari met the parents of World War I flying axe Francisco, who suggests the young driver use the emblem that decorate their son's plane for good luck. The emblem, a punching horse, eventually come to represent the power and prestige of the Ferrari Mercury. That year, Ferrari also married Laura Domenica, said to be unwilling the damage an engine by purchasing it to its limits. Ferrari nevertheless won his share for race and was honored by his country for his sporting achievements. In 1929, he plugged together his own team of drivers and engineers for his Scuderia Ferrari, comprised mainly of Alfa Romeos. The Scuderies soon became the official racing arm for the automaker. Ferrari competed in his final race in August 1931 and became a father with the birth of his beloved son Dino in January 1932. Although he scored a huge victory with one of his cars at the 1935 German Grand Prix, he had to close his Scuderia in 1937 when Alfa Romeos reclaimed its racing division. He left the company of good in September 1939 with the stipulation he could not use the Ferrari name in association with racing cars for at least 4 years. Soon after leaving Alfa Romeo, Enzo Ferrari opened Auto Avio Construzione in Modena and sought to develop his own racing cars, but the outbreak of World War II led to the government intervention. The company moved its factory to nearby Maranello, where it focused on building grinding machines. Ferrari resumed designing racing cars at the conclusion of the war, and in March 1947 he took at the first official Ferrari, the 125S, out of a test drive. The Marquis scored its first win the year at the Rome Grand Prix and went on the notch victories at the Mille Miglia in 1948, the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1949, and the British Grand Prix in 1951. In 1952 and 1953, Ferrari driver Alberto Ascari won the World Racing Championship. Around this time, the company also began producing cars for road use, with the rich and famous lining up for a chance to purchase one of those dazzling vehicles. This peaked rocketing to the top of the racing industry in 1950. Enzo Ferrari endured immense personal turmoil during this period. The biggest blow was the death of his son Dino from muscular dystrophy in 1956, devastating loss that turned him into a receiver. In addition, 6 for his drivers were killed between 1955 and 1965, and he was even tried for manslaughter after one of his cars carried into a roadside crowd at 1957 Mille Miglia and killed 9. Ferrari lost the service of several top engineers and executives in the Palace Revolt of 1961, reportedly after a dust-up over the intruding presence of his wife. 2 years later, he engaged in serious talk with the Ford Motor Company about merging their operation, before pulling out at least minute due to concerns over loss of control. He eventually did get some control of the company in 1969 when financial issues prompted him to sell a 50% stake of Fiat. Enzo Ferrari formally resigned as president of his company in 1977, although he effectively retained control of the business. Following the death of his wife in 1978, he admitted to fathering another son, Piero, with his mistress Lina Lardi in 1945, shortly after being conferred an honorary degree in physics from the University of Modena. Ferrari died on August 14 in 1988. On cases of death was given although he was known to be suffering from kidney diseases. Over the course of his lifetime, his cars won more than 4,000 races and claimed 13 world championships. In recognition of his accomplishments, he was introduced into International Motorsport Hall of Fame in 1994. I think you enjoyed this story, so stay with us to find out what you didn't know about this world. And don't forget to subscribe Real Pic YT YouTube channel. Have a nice day.